Hi crafty friend, want to add something special to your junk journal? Today I show you how to make a Victorian paper purse using coffee dyed paper and fun scraps. It even has a secret writing compartment. Let's get crafting. I stumbled across this exquisite folding technique and I'm in love with it and I would like to share it with you. Here you can see you can open it up. It looks a little bit complicated, but don't worry. I will walk you through a tutorial step by step. And here you can see when you unfold it, you have all this writing space here that is hidden in this folded little purse that you can decorate fitting to any junk journal you have. It's such a cute little thing. I prepared a couple of different sizes. Don't worry, I will put the measurements in the comments below, as well as some links and explanation for the printouts. But as the base, I am using an A4 sheet of coffee dyed paper, and the base for this little purse needs to be a square. You can either measure it, or like I am doing it here with a rectangle, you can fold a triangle side to side and then just fold up the leftover rectangle here. And if you then cut it off, or like I'm doing here with my metal ruler, just tear it off, you have the perfect square. And because I started with an A4 paper, my square is 21 by 21 centimeters or 8¼ inch by 8¼ inch. So the next step is folding the triangle the other way. So I was folding a triangle first, corner to corner, and now the second one, and really make sure that you really have crisp edges. It really pays off to make sure that you really have sharp edges. What you do now is you are dividing the side in three. So with 21 centimeters, I make a little mark at 7 centimeters. And again at 7 centimeters. Again, don't worry, I will put all the measurements in the comments. And I make the marks on all the four sides. 7 centimeters and 7 centimeters. And here 7 centimeters and 7 centimeters is actually 2¾ inch. And then again 2¾ inch. What I then do afterwards is I'm folding along the marks. Can you see the left hand corner is exactly on the mark, and then just fold it over, meeting the other mark on the right hand side, and then again making a sharp crisp. Turning it around and taking the bottom and folding it in to the other fold line. And so we have folded this piece in 3 equal lines. And then the same from the bottom up. Again to the marks on the left and the mark on the right. You can see it here. Sharp line. Using my fingernail, and then again opening it up and folding it inside exactly to the line again, so that I have now 9 squares folded inside. Can you see this? Exactly fitting. Then what we do as a next step, I take the right lower corner and fold it here in the middle, so that I again have a triangle in the square, and making a crisp line again, a little turn, the next corner again to this middle square, folding a triangle, sharp, crisp. Using my fingernail, turning again. That's corner number 3. Fold it to this point here, folding the triangle, and now the last corner number 4. Again, folding to this point there. I think it's easy to see, and a crisp line again, and opening it up. Now it's a little bit more complicated. You can see this line there, folding along there, and then putting in the right hand so that you have this triangle there. See again, this line, folding it over along that line, and then pushing in from the right hand side that you again have this shape. Again, this line there, folding it in, turning it over, and creasing it. And then this is a little bit more complicated. Here you can see pushing it out like this triangle, and then just flipping it over to the top and making a square out of it. And you end up with this shape. To finish it, turn the left corner in, then the triangle from the bottom over it, then over it, and the last triangle just over for a crisp side, and then you can tuck the triangle under the others, and that's the finished purse. Let's try this one more time when we open it up and fold it up. Here's the writing space, and let's do it one more time. Folding it down, then we have this side, flipping it over, and then along that side pushing it in. Again, along the diagonal, up, then that downwards, pushing it in, on the diagonal, over from the right side, pushing it over, have the triangle, and then the last one again, like taking this little corner here, taking it up and pushing it to the top. Can you see? And then the triangles are folded in, and the last one is tucked under to close the purse. I hope that was easy enough for you to follow. Now let's go to the decoration of this piece. Of course, you have many options to do this. What I decided is, because it's for one particular junk journal where I'm using this printout, I will use one of these, and I will measure a piece that is slightly smaller than the measurement of the purse. For me, because it is 2 3/4 inch, like a square, it needs to be smaller than that. So here I'm using my cutter, but of course you can use scissors or a cutting knife to cut it to size. And what I do here is, because I want to have 4 triangles, I am putting the corner exactly on the cutting line here. That is my first cut. And then I'm using the top to push it against so that I know it's exactly straight, and the other triangle corner I'm putting exactly on the cutting line, the two of them on top of each other, so that I can cut through them, and that gives me my exact 4 triangles, like a little puzzle that I then can glue on top of my purse. I will show you in a minute. Here, just putting them back together as a little puzzle. But before, of course, like using my Distress Oxide ink to darken the corners a little bit. I think we all love doing this. It always looks so nice, and a little bit sharper and more finished doing this. I'm taking some liquid glue here, an ordinary craft glue, and here puzzling it together. What is important when you decorated this, like having a picture that is fitting exactly, is when you glue it down, that you make sure that your triangle is only glued on this triangle little bit, that you are not gluing over the sides into the other triangle, because otherwise, of course, you can't open it, but you can see it very easily while you are looking at it. So it's not complicated, but it's just good to be reminded of this. And then just one by one, you can piece it together, and I find it looks so cute. And of course, you can do whatever you like. You can draw on it, you can make, with your watercolors, or doodle on it, or you can, if you have little ephemeras or a little bit of fabric or a book page or so, of course you can do whatever your heart's desire with this. Okay, so if we open it up now, you can see here on the next level we can do the same. We could have a smaller picture again, but I think what I would like to do here is I prepared just 4 numbers, and I just would like to add these 4 numbers to the 4 little triangles. I will finish that, and then I show you when I open it up. When I open up the writing spot, you can exactly see where these little triangles will end up, because the sides with the picture on the front is when we open up the writing space on the back side. So this is not interfering with our writing space, but this 1, 2, 3, 4, when I open it up, you can see here, ta-ta! You can see these are the corners you can't write on, but the rest is, yes, you can use all the other spaces to have a journaling space for you, a hidden one. Isn't that wonderful? Yes, as I said, I am so in love with this little purse, and of course, yes, I made a few of them in different sizes, and I hope you were able to follow my tutorial easily. You enjoyed it, and yes, I hope you feel inspired to make many of these little ones. It was a joy to make this tutorial for you, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.